What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is going to be bringing you guys a 3 looks 1 palette featuring the BeauteBean and Shroud Cosmetics It's Freakin's Bats palette. So this is what the palette looks like. It's a very pretty 9-pan. This was sold out, then launched quite a few pre-orders months ago. It launched in 2020. It has taken a very long time for the owner to get quite a few palettes out. I mean, I think we're upwards. My palette was in the 5,000 range, so I can only imagine how many actual units sold. So congratulations to her and of course to BeauteBean. I'm just happy to finally get my version of the palette, and I hope that I enjoy it. As of right now, I've only done this look right now, which is only the first look. And if you're interested in seeing this look and then ultimately at the very end hearing my thoughts, then let's get to it. Alrighty guys, so I am here to start my 3 looks 1 palette. I'm very excited. I have been itching to have this palette for quite some time now, and I finally got mine. So we're just gonna jump right in. No disclaimers. Let's go. So first I'm gonna go into the shade Trappa, which of course you guys knew was gonna be the one shade that I was gonna get my paws on today. And I'm using a Smith 232 brush. I am just gonna tap out my primer, which is the MAC paint pot. And this is the first time that I have tried Shroud's formula since they have done their reformulation. I tried them years ago, just their single formulation, and I did not like the formula at all. But since they have reformulated specifically their shimmers, I have not tried them again. So this is the first time. And so far, this is my first matte from them. I think the matte is applying nicely, blending out nicely. There is quite a bit of kick up in the pan, so if that's not something that you're interested in, then do kind of prepare for that. But I will say I really like this shade. It's like a green with a very strong yellow undertone. So it's like a throw up green, which y'all know I love. So I am here for this right now. I really like that a lot. Okay. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a smaller Smith brush, which is the Smith 230. I'm going to blow off that pickup. And I think I want to go into the shade Adams. And we are going to put this actually in my crease. I'm surprised there's this much pigmentation, especially because the owner recently, as of this palette, started using a presser for the first time, because previously she was hand pressing all of her shadows, but because this palette blew up so much, she had to get a machine to, you know, increase her productivity. So I'm very surprised, but in a good way, with the amount of pigmentation and the formula so far. I actually got a little too much of this Adams shade on this eye. So it's actually covering up that first beautiful Trappa shade. But it is okay. It's okay. I'm going to actually go back in with Trappa, pick up some more product on that original Smith brush, and just try and bring that shade back. And also blend out the Adams shade while I'm at it. So this is working nicely. Very, very nicely, actually. And just blowing off that extra product. Now what I think I'm gonna do is cut my lid. I'm gonna cut my lid now with some NYX glitter glue and a flat brush. This is gonna be my ECM W21 brush. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of NYX glitter glue and just cut out my lid. And I'm gonna go into the shade Apparation. I was about to say appropriation, there's no O. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is go back in with that green brush just to kind of blend this outer edge a little bit better. Okay, so we're doing good so far, we're doing good. Then I think I want to deepen this out just a little bit more, and I just need to find the right brush. There we go. Now I need to clean her off. And this is the Sigma medium angled shader, which is their E70 brush, and I am going to go into the shade Dairy, which is the darkest shade in this palette. Pick up some product, and I'm going to stamp her first along my lash line, and in my outer V. And that, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. Just do my lower lash line and all of that. So I think I'm gonna finish up this eye, do my lower lash lines, and I'll come back to show you guys my finished look. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. So I had a lot of fun with this look. I was able to use quite a few of the shades, and I'm already starting to get an opinion on this brand's formulation. And yeah, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much. I'll be doing 2 more looks with this palette. And yeah, I hope you guys are excited just as I am. So I'll see you guys in my second look, which will be coming right meow. Alrighty guys, so we are gonna go ahead and do look number 2 with the Freakin Bats palette. And as you can see, I've already done one eye, so we're just gonna replicate this look, and we're gonna start off with Dairy. So what I'm gonna do is take this angled shader brush from Sigma, and I am just going to first start by just packing my outer V area like that, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is just take the product that's on my brush and that I've already packed on my eye and just blend this color out as much as I can. Don't worry if you have it too much product or if it doesn't blend out perfectly, because as you can see, we're going to be blending this shade out even more with another color, but I do want just to kind of have that base and to have this be the first kind of impactful shade. Then I'm going to go up into the shade Spooky, which is like a periwinkle shade. And first what I like to do is just start with blending out the outer edge of that Dairy shade all around, and then we're going to slowly bring the shade in to my inner corner, and we're also going to pack this on the lid. This happens to be a Morphe M535, in case you're wondering. I think that this still works with packing on your lid because it has a flat top, so I can just press the shadow into my primer. And if you're wondering, I primed with the MAC paint pot as per usual for me lately. Okay, so as you can see, right, the shade on my outer V nearly isn't as deep as it is over here. That's because I went back in with Dairy again and just reinforced that area. And like I said before, just take your time blending. I'm just going to pick a little bit of that Dairy shade on my lower lash line and then just go back in with that blending brush to get some nice edges and some nice blending. Also taking a little bit more of Spooky and putting that in my inner lower lash line and blending out Dairy as well. So it is that simple. That's how I create pretty much the whole look. The only other thing I need to do from this eyeshadow palette is pick up the shade 0, and this is going to go in my inner corner. Really, really nice. So all I need to do now is put on a really thin liner with my NYX Epic Liner, and then in my waterline I'm going to put on a neon liner from LA Girl, and this is in the shade Fresh, and then I will be right back to show you guys my finished look. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. And yeah, like I said, this is the finished second look. I am still enjoying this palette, still enjoying the formula, everything like that. And we'll be coming back to, I will be coming back to you guys to do another look. And then at the very end of this video, I'll be giving you guys my review. So just keep watching. Alrighty guys, so I am here to give you guys my third and final look with the Freakin Bats palette, and I am loving this look so far. So I'm just going to show you guys how I did it. So first I took my Goss 16 brush and I went into the shade Troppa, which of course from the beginning was my favorite shade, and I'm just going to take my time really building this up in my transition and my crease area. Take your time with this because this look is really going to require quite a bit of blending. At least the way that I did it, it required me to take my time really and just blend and build up shades. Alright, so we're going to stop there for right now, but I will continue on with the green in a second. Then I'm going to take a ColourPop E2 brush and I am going to go into the shade Dairy, and this is going to be my true crease shade. So I'm first going to start off by packing this on my outer V area, and then I'm going to slowly blend this up into the crease and just blend this out. So this is going to be the step where it's really going to take you quite a bit of time to blend. Because depending on how you want the Dairy shade to look, you're going to have to build up some areas after you have blended it out. And see, so like the shade Dairy is kind of trying to overtake Troppa a little bit, so I'm just going to take my Troppa on my Goss again and just blend. And then we're just going to go back again into the shade Dairy. Pack on. Now it is time to take a flat brush and your NYX glitter glue if you use NYX glitter glue. Otherwise, maybe just wet your brush or whatever you do for your foils or your metallics. And what I'm going to do is cut my lid lower than I may have normally do, and I'm just going to stay right kind of below my crease and in my crease. That way I still have a little bit of the shade Dairy above, and I just think that it flows a little bit better with this look. And to honor the fact that this is BeauteBean's collab, I'm going to apply my metallics a little differently than I normally would. So first what I'm going to do is take the shade Handbook, which is the lime green metallic, and I'm going to pick that up on my flat brush, and I am going to apply it on an angle in the crease or on the lid. So the further away from my inner eye I get, the more of Handbook is actually on my lid. Okay, and then I'm going to flip my brush right over and I'm going to go into the shade Grim, which is that dark, deep, rich teal metallic, and I'm just going to apply this to the lower part of my lid. And just blend back and forth so it looks seamless, and just add one or two few finishing touches. I also feel like Grim got overtaken in this eye, so let's add a little bit more Grim. Okay, I think this looks good. Now, lower lash line wise, I'm just going to use the two shades that I used in my crease for matte. So I'm going to put Dairy right along my lower lash line. Then I'm going to blend it out with Trappa, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look and final look for this 3 looks 1 palette, and y'all, I must say I'm pretty sure that this is my favorite look. Why am I so close? The world may never know. So like I said, I'm pretty sure this is my favorite look. Honestly, this 9-pan palette is fire. I think that all of the shades are nicely pigmented, nicely blendable. Just be aware that when you're using a deep shade like this, you're gonna have to put just a little bit more effort into the blend to make sure that it looks the way you want, and especially if you're doing something like I did today where you blend the outside but you also still want that center to be nice and